Welcome. Today, we're diving into built-in functions and packages, the essential tools that make data analytics faster and smarter. We'll explore how to use these ready-made resources and also how to read data effectively. This session is all about working smarter with the tools already at your fingertips. Let's get started. Let's talk about calling a function. A function is like a little machine. It takes some input, does a task, and then gives you a result. For example, sqrt of 16 returns 4. You call a function by its name, followed by arguments inside brackets. R comes with hundreds of these built-in functions, ready to use right away. They're the building blocks that make coding faster and easier. This section covers those essential tools. Let's take a look at some key categories of built-in functions in R first. Input and output functions like read, CSV, and write. CSV help us get data in and out smoothly. Then, string functions such as mtcars and tuple let us manipulate text easily. Statistical functions like mean and median summarize data quickly. And finally, mathematical functions like sqrt and log handle calculations. These categories form the foundation for working efficiently in R. Let's take a look at some basic mathematical functions you'll often use. First, the square root. Here, the square root of 144 is 12. Next, rounding numbers like rounding 3.14159 to 2 decimal places gives us 3.14. And then, summing a set of numbers adding 2, 4, and 6 gives us 12. These built-in functions are the foundation for more complex calculations, making our work faster and more accurate. Let's explore some basic string functions that are essential when working with text data. For example, counting the number of characters in a word like analytics tells us it has 9 letters. We can also change the case of text, turning data into uppercase as data, and extracting parts of a string, like taking the first 4 letters of handbook to get hand. These simple tools are the foundation for more advanced text manipulation. Let's talk about packages in R, what they are and how we use them. Packages are bundles of functions, data, and documentation that extend R's capabilities. You download a package once from CRAN, the official archive with thousands of options. Then, each time you start a new session, you load it with the library function. This simple process lets us tap into powerful tools without reinventing the wheel. Let's talk about reading and writing data with built-in functions. The read CSV function pulls in a comma-separated file and turns it into a data frame, a structure we can easily work with in R. Once we have our data, we can peek at the first few rows using head. When we're done, write CSV saves our data frame back to a file. These functions make moving data in and out of R straightforward and efficient. Now, let's talk about built-in datasets, a handy resource that's right at our fingertips. For example, the iris dataset is a classic, perfect for practice. We can quickly list available datasets with a simple command, then peek at the first few rows to get a feel for the data. These datasets, like iris and mtcars, are great for learning and experimenting without needing to import anything extra. They're a solid starting point in this unit on built-in functions and packages. Now let's talk about editing data. Sometimes you need to change a single value, like updating an age in a table. You can do this directly by indexing the specific row and column. There are also handy tools like Fix and Edit that open a simple data editor for quick changes. But remember, always keep a copy of your original raw data. That way, you can experiment without losing anything important. That wraps up what we've covered so far. We've learned how functions work and how to call them with arguments. We explored built-in tools for math, stats, strings, and input-output. We saw how packages extend what R can do and how to bring in data using read, CSV, or datasets like iris. Next, we'll dive into vectors, matrices, and arrays to keep building on this foundation. This video was created with SlideSpeak. Visit SlideSpeak to turn your presentations into engaging AI-narrated videos.